friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead, and I hope you've noticed that I have figured out how to adjust the volume on my webcam. So I'm not shouting and screaming, and making your speakers rattle anymore. Now, this is a tea chat, folks. Tea chat. And if you haven't noticed, my hair is now a kind of muted pink color. I'm going to share some experience, strength, and hope for you folks out there. If you are ever intending on dyeing your hair a bright, vibrant, non-natural color, buy Manic Panic. Bleach your hair if you must. Buy the Manic Panic, color it, but it washes out in 4 to 6 shampoos. The color does. What I did was I bought the permanent color. I thought they were the same. I bought the kit with the bleach and the color, and I just thought it was bleach and washout color. Well, it's not. Yesterday I bought cream peroxide and tried to take the pink out of my hair. It didn't work. And then I tried to dye over it with something close to my natural color, which is right now mousy gray. But they don't sell gray hair dye. And so I bought a dark blonde. And all I proceeded to do, or all that managed to do, was to darken the pink and then give me dark blonde roots. So it's a little better than the bright pale pink with the dark roots and the gray roots, but not much different. So for anybody who wants to know why my hair is changing color, it's because I tried to get rid of the pink. And I think the only way I would have been able to do that is to dye my hair a darker color. And let's just move on. This weekend, Papa butchered some chickens and some guinea hens, and we're not quite done yet. We still got some more to do. But our turkeys and that didn't grow out very big this year, so we won't be having a turkey for Thanksgiving next month. Our Thanksgiving is on October 10th this year. And so we may be roasting a small goat on a spit for Thanksgiving, just for whatever. I know when we did the turducken, Howie built this great big fire pit and tried to roast a pig on, and he ended up charring it all over the outside. So again, I'm going to tell him we'll probably get one of those machines with the rotisseries on it and that you put charcoal in and all that stuff. So we're going to keep our turkeys until they get a little bigger. But while Papa was dispatching chickens and guinea hens this weekend, we still got more to do. He had a friend up, and a friend from work who wanted to learn about this kind of thing. And Howie had taken my camera outside to do a little video on a killing cone he built. He wants to get a proper killing cone because he says it's a lot less stressful for the birds than laying their neck on the ground and pulling. Yes, we still always thank our animals before we dispatch them. But the problem was, as he set the camera down on the well, and then about an hour later it started to rain. Very, very expensive mistake. It ruined my camera. And so when I went to film on Monday, my camera didn't work. And so I phoned him at work and said, I'm going to call Best Buy and I'm going to order a new camera and you're going to have to stop and pick it up on the way home. And he said, yes, dear, because he figured out the mistake. Problem is I have gotten used to this camera and I love this camera. And everybody who asks me what kind of camera I use, it is a Canon Vixia. Now this is an older model. This is about 4 years old. And once I knew how to work it, I fell in love with it. But they're expensive. They're like $379 before tax here in Canada. And so I opted for a camera $80 cheaper that looked the same, had a decent brand name, Sony. And when Howie brought it home, I spent 24 hours trying to figure it out. It had a different kind of card. It had different cords. It had a different kind of charger. And well, of course it's a different camera, but I couldn't figure out how to upload my videos straight to my computer. I don't take cards out and mess with them. I like to plug my camera into my computer and completely upload it so I can get on with my editing. And I couldn't figure out how to do that. So I phoned Best Buy and said, can I bring this piece of crap back and pay the difference for the Sony Vixia that you have on for $379? And they said, sure. So that's what I did yesterday. Very expensive mistake, folks. Electronics and rain do not mix. So I got the next generation in a Canon HD Vixia. And now everything in this camera actually worked except for the view screen, the video screen. And this doesn't have an eyepiece for a viewfinder. So without the image on here, you don't know what you're filming. You don't know for sure if you're getting all your shots in and stuff. And the battery had cracked last year. That's another thing the only thing I really didn't like about this is it has a big black battery. Do I have it here handy? Because I decided to save it for an emergency battery for my new camera. Oy, oy, oy. And, oops, it fits on the back of this camera. You just kind of slide it in there. And at one point about 2 years ago, it got bumped and the casing around it cracked, which was not a good thing. So you can't see it, but I just, closed the crack with a piece of electric tape and it went on functioning. And this battery works in my new Canon Vixia. So even though it has been cracked and fixed with tape, I'm going to save that one for an emergency spare. So for all those who want to know, Canon Vixia, that's the camera I use. It's the camera I love. And I hope they never replace it with anything more than just a better model, because it's, for me, I've been through a lot of cameras. I started out with a little, digital still camera, and I burnt through a couple of those before I realized the quality wasn't that great. And one year, Howie and my son gave me this beautiful Nikon, but the problem with this is it's just too complicated. It's really complicated to operate this thing, and I never did figure out how to stop the auto focus so that every time something moved it would unfocus and refocus again. And it's great for still shots and long range shots. It's got a wonderful zoom, but when it comes right down to it, this is it, my Canon Vixia. What else? I am canning. So my days have been thrown off a little bit by the lack of, 2 or 3 days without a camera. And then I had to make a trip into Ottawa yesterday. I ordered another thing, I ordered an Omega juicer. It's a masticating juicer, which means it grinds and presses the juice out of whatever it is you're juicing, rather than just spinning it and putting it through a filter. Now, the reason I had to have a masticating juicer is because I'm going to be juicing my cannabis leaves when we do our harvest, because then I can get all the benefits of the leaf without the psychoactive effects, because it's either heat or fat is how that activates the psycho components in marijuana. And I, last year, fed all my marijuana leaves to the pigs. God, they loved it. Their appetite went up 30%. But anyway, but I thought, what a waste. So this is the kind of juicer that you can juice wheatgrass and all that kind of thing. I had borrowed one before and I really liked it. Problem is I ordered it from Amazon, and because I picked the cheapest price, it was sent to me through a third-party vendor. Now, beware of third-party vendors on Amazon, folks, for one simple reason. When you have Amazon or even Amazon Prime, when they mail you, when you order something, boom, it's there within a week. But third-party vendors, it's kind of like eBay. They just, take their time or whatever. So I ordered this juicer from Amazon 23rd of August. And it was supposed to be here by the 30th of August. And today is the 21st of September, and it's still not here. So I had to actually phone Amazon and say, if that thing isn't here by Friday, it's useless to me. And because it would just sit on a shelf for another year for next harvest. So what's the point of having it? Anyway, I canceled the order, and once again, I phoned Walmart, and they had it in, and it's $30 more, and it'll be here on Friday. Yay! But sometimes ordering online is not, when you deal with someone like Amazon, they deal with sometimes with third-party vendors, and avoid the third-party vendors if you can on Amazon. So, because they seem to take anywhere from 2 weeks to 3 weeks to a month to get there, and they've lost mine. Whoever sent it said it was sent, and it never arrived. So I guess this is just kind of an all-around update. We are looking at Thanksgiving on the 10th of October. I think I just mentioned that. Oh, I'm going to be doing some things with those crates. Now, I did bring home a pallet of crates, and I wasn't too sure it was a wise decision to do at the time, but then Howie looked at them and said, ooh, nesting boxes. The more warped ones, we can use for kindling. And my cousin Dee Dee, the lady from who does chunksoap.ca, who does my soaper lady cousin, she wants some, and her sister Vanessa wants some. And that, for folks in the know, that's Robbie's mom. And he's doing really great, by the way. He's like 6'2" and plays baseball. So for all of those prayers a few years back when I shaved my head because he had T-cell lymphoma, he is doing amazingly well. He is doing amazingly well. And I'm really, really grateful for that. So if it made him smile, it was worth shaving my head over. But so those, I'm going to be doing some stuff with those. Nothing fancy. I'm just going to actually build crates for giving away Christmas gifts in. And what else did I want to say? Oh, so it's a good thing I got the pallet, because there's like 4 of us that are going to divide up the crates, and it's a good thing. It's a really cool thing. As for the YouTube Google issue, I'm still not sure what it is with comments failing to post. I have found a way to work around it. Once a day, I'm going to go onto my channel, and I'm going to go into the video manager, to the community page, and there will be all the comments for the last 24 hours, and I'll just be able to answer them all off there. I just really hate it when they change something and they don't make it obvious that they're changing something. I don't have time to chase down answers with YouTube and Google. I'm busier than a one-arm paper hanger, at a decorator show. So I really don't have time. The only time I notice stuff is when it stops working for me. So, take heart. I'm seeing your comments, and I'm answering them through my community page on my YouTube channel. Okay? I'm going to let you go now. I've got to go can carrots, and that will be tomorrow's video. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, watch for my canning carrots with a twist. Take care. God bless.